Hey YouTube, InfectedXenon here, coming at you guys with top 50 side deck cards for the March 2013 format. And yeah, this may be one of my longer videos because I'm going to go one card at a time and explain to you what decks it's good against and why. And maybe not necessarily against a deck, but just in general, you know, for slower game twos and whatever your goal is and stuff. So let's get on. Banisher of the Radiance. Good against any decks that rely on Grave, really. It's really a macrocosmos on wheels. Too bad there's no wheels, but you know what I'm trying to say. I mean, if you look closely and close your eyes and imagine wheels, there's wheels, but card artwork, there's no wheels. So what's good about this, you know, it's a 1600. If you can protect it, it's a macro. So if you're playing Macro Rapid, you can try teching in one or two of these. It's a level 3 to go into your plays. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. It's good against Inzectors, Dark Worlds, all that good stuff. Anything macro is good against, so is Banisher. Sidra, I mean, really, we already know what this is good against. You know, any machine variant. And anything that runs low attack monsters as well it's good against. You know, 2100 special is pretty nasty. Nasty stuff. DD Crow, again, anything graveyard reliant, you know, you can go, they can normal summon Brow, you pitch DD Crow, banish that, you know, that Grapha, and Grapha is really Dark World's win condition, so you can get 2 Graphas done, or, I mean, if you get all 3 Graphas, they'll just GG scoop, but if you can get 2 done, and you can lock them out from getting their 3rd one, you're in a good position to win. Next, Droll and Lockbird. This is going to be good against spellcaster / you know, of course I get the message. It's going to be good against spellcasters after tacky release because that's really what it does. If your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. For the rest of the turn, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand. Drawing cards is also considered as adding a card to the hand. So they go Spellbook Secrets, you chain Droll and Lockbird. After it resolves, you activate Droll and Lockbird. No more upstarts, no more anything that relies on adding cards to your hand, so that's good. Pretty much the only deck. I guess it's pretty good against Dark Worlds and all that stuff. Heroes at even, so yeah. Look at that. It's an $8 common or rare. It's rare, but it's an $8 card now. Astral Pack, you know, reprint. Cough, Konami. Effect Veiler, good against any Exceed heavy deck. I mean, effect reliant deck. And it's a tuner, so it's nice. GG no re. Electric Virus, good against any machine or dragon type. Pitch, take control of it. Decent against Chaos Dragons, your Gaias, Macro Rabbit even, except for the fact that it needs to go to grave. But you can chain and, you know, take their Logia, Dolka. Well, Logia, they're probably going to negate with Dolka. Fossil Dyna, good against anything that special summons a lot. Is actually a pretty good main deck choice too, but it's really good in the side deck as well. Hurts, destroys windups, which is still relevant, surprisingly, and anything that really special summons a lot, this is going to take care of them. Gemini Imps, just great against Dark Worlds. That's all you need to know. Gorge are good against, again, any OTK deck, you know. If you don't run any traps as well, this is also very good because you can, you know that you have nothing to protect you, and you can still have something. Like, you're not going to get OTK'd. That's why it's good. Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. When this card inflicts battle damage, banish 2 of their cards. Pretty self-sufficient. Any card that, again, anything that relies on grave, like Inzectors. Okay, when I say anything that relies on grave, okay, I'll start naming them. Inzectors, the Dark World. Oh, sorry about that. You know, I can't think of it now, but Inzectors, Dark World are the main ones. Everyone's got to hate on those decks. And I play Dark World, so I don't like it. But there's too many cards to side against the deck, honestly. Maxi, anything the special summons, get the draw power. It's good against Heretics. All that good stuff. Morphing Jar number 2. Flip, shuffle all monsters on the field into the deck. Then each player reveals cards from the top of their deck until they reveal the same number of monsters they shuffled into the deck. Special summon all revealed level 4 lower monsters face down defense position and send any remaining cards to the graveyard. Good against anything that massive special summons. You know, they have 4 cards on grave, attack into Morphing Jar number 2, boom, everything into their extra deck, and hopefully they get some support. I mean, something that's usable. I don't mean support, as in morphine jar support. Neospatian Granule, simple. Anything that has extra deck cards, it's good against. Puppet Plants are good against warrior, like Six Samurais, heroes, noble knights, and spellcasters like spellcasters, or whatchamacallits, the Judgment Day peoples, the prophecies. Snowman Eater, good against Dino Rabbit. Really is really a monster against Dino Rabbit. And other decks, I guess. I like siding this into a slower game too, along with Spirit Reaper. That's what it's good against. Don't side it in against Dark World, though. Just saying. Thunder King against anything that does lots of adding. Heroes. It's pretty good against heroes. I mean, in a way, because heroes do play it as well, but they're gonna play around it. But it stuns them for 1 or 2 turns. And then one Trigo, same reasoning as scores. Anything that OTKs, you can be happy with yourself, I guess. Happiness, I don't know. Combos really well with Maxi, just hopefully draw into this and draw more power for Trago. On to the spells that are going to be good. Closed Forest. I think this would actually be, insanely good. It's a side deck if you were running, what's it? Fire Fists. I mean, I believe, no, they're Beast Warriors actually. But Closed Forest is amazing. I'm actually probably going to pick this up, a couple of these, because it stops. Well, it doesn't really stop. It hurts a lot. Dark World, it hurts a lot. Prophecies, not that much, but you know what I mean. Hurts anti-meta Ari Calcos, and if you're playing that, it hurts a lot of decks. And the fact that you can't play a field spell to get over it is insane. So, yeah. They're forced to MST this, really. DeFi, it's the same reason as Banisher, really. Only difference is that spells and traps and Xenon materials do not go to grave. Leeching the Light, good against agents, any light-oriented deck, all that good stuff. Level limit, area B. Not C or A or D or F or any other letter, just B. Change all face-up level 4 or higher monsters to defense position. You can side this in if you're running a Xseed heavy deck, because of course they're ranks and not levels. And it hurts like Chaos Dragons and all those decks that suck. Messenger of Peace. Good if you're using any deck monsters like Watts. It's amazing in Watts. I didn't mean deck this in Watts, but anything else, like you're going against Chaos Dragons, Messenger of Peace stops the deck, all that good stuff. MST, if you don't main 3, it's good to side in 3rd. Night Beam, again, more back row hate. Nobleman, good against Geargias, anything that really needs that set, like Gravekeepers as well. It's good to side this in against them. Prohibition, it's always good to prohibit stuff, It's like, no, you will not summon that water bottle onto the field, sucker. Prohibit that shit. Soul Taker, good against heroes and dragons because it misses the timing. Good against anything really that your deck can't get past. Anything, too strong, or just side this in against good stuff. System Down, pretty good if your deck has always, I prefer to run this, let's say, if I was running Frogs, because I always have field presence because of Treeborn. And System Down, you just have to pay 1,000, and it does more work in a way than Sidra because it banishes the cards on grave as well. On for the traps, Breakthrough Skill, it's like an extra Veiler. I guess it's a trap form of Veiler. Chain Disappearance, always awesome. Yeah, you can look through your opponent's deck, which is cool too. Kind of, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the ruling on that. Debunk, anything that, again, it's kind of the same as Veiler. Deck Dev, anything that can use this, like Fire Fist with the Vorse Raider. That's what the Vorse Raider variant is better. Cough, cough. It's only 100 attack difference, honestly, and the deck devastation is so detrimental. I love how I never get messages. And making this video, I get like 7 people like messaging me. Too bad it's only 2 or 3, but Dust Tornado, MST thingy, same reasoning as MST. Fiendish Chain, Extra Veiler. So lots of these cards act as the same purpose, but they're either traps or monsters or spell cards, so it's either player preference, of course. Goes and Match, destroys heroes, destroys Macro Rabbit, destroys. I can't think of anything else that destroys Six Samurais, and it hurts a lot of other decks. Imperial Iron Wall destroys Macro Rabbit, and that's it. Well, obviously Chaos and a lot of other decks. Chaos Dragons, Chaos. Oops, I punched my mic. I suck you in the face, motherfucker. Light Imprisoning Mirror, kind of the same as Leeching the Light, in a way, kind of. It just hurts light decks, that's what I mean. Macrocosmos, it's literally the Banisher of Radiance on wheels, like, these thingies are wheels, apparently, not really. Mind Crush, Merlantians, anything. It's really good against anything if you think about it, though, because, okay, heroes add cards to their hand, you know what they're adding. Your Gaias, you know what they're adding. Anything, almost every single deck in this format, you know what's in their hand. You have a really good understanding of what is in their hand, what could be in their hand, or they physically added it to their hand. And if anything, you can just get one of your friends to have like a mirror and be like, yo, flash that mirror. I call that you have 3 Abyss Megalos. The fuck, how'd you know? God told me. Needle Sealing, good against any swarm deck, wind up sort of thing. They still kind of are. Overworked, good against the Fire Fist stuff. And goodness gracious, that picture is like me on YouTube. It's like too much YouTube stuff. Rivalry of Warlords, good against Micro Rabbit, good against things that obviously control more one type of a thing. Royal Decree, if you don't run traps, run this, destroys the meta. Everything relies on traps, except for like agents and dragons. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, dark stuff. And Zector Hate, Dark World Hate. Too much Dark World Hate, guys. Skill Drain, Soul Drain, Field Hate, Field Effect Hate, Grave Effect Hate. Good against almost everything, honestly. And good against Merlantians and Dark Worlds. And see, like, half of this list is like hate against Dark Worlds. So that's why it's frustrating to be a Dark World player. T-Roar, good against OTK decks, set up for next turn. That's why Michael Stibbins won YCS Seattle, because of this card pretty much single-handedly. Trap Stun, good against if you're an OTK deck playing against a slower deck that relies on traps like worms or whatever. Trap Stun, OTK, GG, no re, too bad. And finally, Zing Zang Hu, acts as 1 space on your field. You get 3 of these out. And you have 2 spaces, and they have 1 space, because you would have to run 6 spaces, 5 on theirs, 1 on yours. 2 of your spaces for the Zing Zang Who's, and that doesn't make sense. Hopefully it does. Yeah, that lockdown. They can't even, heavy if you set 3 first turn. It's pretty monster. So hopefully you guys liked this. Hopefully it was informative. I was about to say informative. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this. Maybe any suggestions in the comment section below for other people, because you're probably looking at this for help as well. And hopefully I helped you guys out. As always, InfectedXenon, rate, comment, subscribe. Signing out.